Small thing to mention. I didn't do a good job of explaining it, but this is the add-on I'm using. It is completely free, and I will have a link to it in the description. But this is all it is. It's just a fun geometry node to basically add first shell texture and make it easier to implement to just about anything. Yeah. Alright, so you want to have first shell texture on your character. Easy. So, I've got Blender open, and I've got a character here that I'm gonna be showing you how to do it. So I'm just gonna go append from a file that will be linked, in the thingy. Uh, I can do words. Let me just go to the file, and then just grab the thing. So, pretty laggy. So I'm gonna actually be in solid view for a little bit, because I don't need this, or this. And this thing actually has an insane level of hair levels, which is fine, but I'm gonna set it to like 10, which is a lot closer to actually how Fortnite has it in game. So I'm gonna first select my character, go into edit mode, and separate the character into the parts that need fur. So like this one and this one. So I'm going to just select that and separate by selection. Then go back again, and then separate by selection for this one. So now we've got those two separated into their own little thing. I can now go to the body, for example, and what I will do now is I will go add a modifier, geometry nodes, and I will go to the shell texture for Blender 4.x. Gonna immediately make my character look super awesome. And what I'm first gonna do is I'm going to set the hair levels to like 10, the hair length to like 0.015. Looking a lot better. Second, I'm going to then go and find this material. So I'm gonna just open this and look for hair. So it's got all this. And this is basically how they have the setup. So I'm just gonna copy it. I'm gonna go back to the other material with the body and everything. And I am going to move everything over. And I'm gonna paste. Also, what you can do is you can take the diffuse from like over here and then just plug it into the color. Then I'm gonna just have an add shader. And then plug that like that. Now I'm gonna go back to the modifier and I'm gonna replace this material with the material that I've added this stuff to. So it's body underscore fur. And so now it's got that, but it doesn't look great because, you know, it doesn't have a lot of stuff on it. So I'm going to go over to the scale and I'm going to set this to like 500. Lot better. A lot better. You can, of course, mess with the direction strength, hair direction, etc. But I think this looks pretty good how it is. You can, of course, mess with the amount of hair levels. Let's say I wanted to have 20 to add more stuff in between. But to keep it optimized and kind of how Fortnite has it, I'm going to keep it at 10. I'm going to then do the same thing for the hat. Add modifier, geometry node. First shell. Looks fantastic. Going to set the hair level to 10. Going to set the length to 0.015. I'm going to come over here. Select all of this. Move it over. Paste again. Plug the color into that. Add shader. Then I'm going to replace this with the face accessory. And then just mess with the levels to be like 500 again. And let's say I don't think this is long enough. I'm going to make this like maybe double this, so 0.03. That looks a lot better to me. And yeah, that's kind of how I go about doing it.